Have you been on YouTube lately looking for productivity videos? I mean, it can be such a huge whirlpool that can suck you right in. Everyone's got productivity videos, of course, including me, and everyone swears by it. Everyone says that this is the productivity method to follow, this is the exercise to do, and this is what will get you the maximum results. Is that true? Let's find out. Hi guys, welcome to Guilt-Free Mind. I am Dr. Shruti Bhattacharya, author and owner of guiltfreemind.com. The link to the blog will be there in the description section, so please go ahead, check it out. If you wish to lead a more positive and mindful life, that is your place to be. In this video, however, I am discussing productivity, which is also a part of mental health. If you're not productive, it causes stress, and stress is definitely not great for your mental health. So, well, productivity. Is there a one-size-fits-all? Just because someone swears by a technique that works for them, will it work for you? No, it won't. In productivity, or be it in anything, talk about mental health even. If one strategy is working for someone, there's no guarantee it will work for someone else as well. Same in case of productivity. If there is a technique that's working for someone, it's not necessary that it'll work for you as well. So in today's video, I will be discussing 10 exercises to boost productivity. Now you can either choose to incorporate all of these together, or maybe just start with one. If you are new to productivity, I'd suggest you go ahead with one of these. Once you get comfortable with, practicing one of these techniques, then you incorporate in one more. Depends on your comfort level. You can take it slow, you can take it fast, but the primary thing is that you should be comfortable with what you are doing. So without any delay, let's jump into the video. But before I actually start with the 10 techniques, here is a sincere request. Please go ahead, hit that like button, smash the subscribe button, ring that notification bell, and set it to all so that you do not miss out on any notifications from Guilt-Free Mind. Also, please hit the like button, leave a comment in the comment section so that this video can actually get a boost from YouTube algorithm, and others who need to see these 10 productivity exercises can actually get to view this video. So please help me out. Alright, let's get into it. Point number 1, time blocking. You have a smartphone, right? That's where you are viewing this video, or you're viewing it on your laptop. You have to have a screen device for this. If you have a screen device, you've got a calendar. If you've got a calendar, you can use the time blocking technique. You do not need to buy an app. You do not have to download anything new. If you've got Google Calendar, or if you're an iOS user, you have an Apple Calendar. If you're a Mac user, you again have an Apple Calendar, and you can make use of these things to keep track of your time. Now, how to time block? As the name suggests, time blocking is basically blocking chunks of your time in the day for different tasks. So suppose you're someone who wakes up at 8 a.m. and then you start your work at 10 a.m. So you allocate work time from 10 a.m. So 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. is your work time. 2 p.m. to 4 p.m., suppose you're pursuing a course or something, then 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. will be your study time. Then 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. maybe leisure activities, going out with your friends, hanging out with your spouse, whatever you want. So this is the root method of time blocking. However, the place where people actually go wrong is they do not know how much time to allocate to every task. And most often, because we consider ourselves very efficient, we'll end up blocking in less time. So suppose a task would actually take you like 1 hour to finish. But in your mind, when you go through the task, it looks very simple and it looks very easy, so you allocate 30 minutes for it. But when you're trying to follow your time block, you realize that, oh my god, this 30 minutes task has turned into a 1 hour task. And imagine, after that 30 minutes, you had another task scheduled. But since the first task turned into a 1 hour task, it is encroaching on the time block of the next task. And now this task has 30 minutes less. because you've already taken the 30 minutes and added it to the previous task. So this is the primary problem that people are having with time blocking, and this is why time blocking does not work if you've decided to do it this way. Now let me tell you the correct strategy to time block. Day 1, 2, and 3, do not time block. All you do is check your time. So in your calendar, when you're starting your work, you write, okay, starting so and so work, and you mark the time. Okay, I'm starting the work at this point of time. You give your full focus to that work, and when you finish that work, then you mark it in the calendar that, okay, I stopped this work at this time. So it has actually taken me, contrary to what I was thinking that it would take me half an hour, it actually took me 1 hour. So once you've done this exercise for most of the tasks that you do on a daily basis, you will have a fair idea of how much time it takes each of your tasks to complete. And then your time blocking will be much more efficient. Point number 2, using the Pomodoro technique. Pomodoro technique, or the tomato method, as I sometimes like to call it, because all of those Pomodoro timers look like tomatoes. Also because Pomodoro is a name that is kind of derived from tomato. So if you are using the Pomodoro technique, you divide your work into 25 minutes interval and then take 5 minutes break. After 4 sessions of 25 minutes work, you take a long break of 15 to 20 minutes. Now, some people would say 25 minutes is not even enough to get your focus in. Because, hell, I don't feel focused in 25 minutes. Or maybe I'm just starting to get into the focus mode, and I have to take a break. That doesn't work out for me. Trust me, that doesn't work out for me either. So when I do my live streams, I do study streams on Twitch every day, except Wednesdays. So if you want, hop on and join me on Twitch. The link will be in the description. So when I do my live streams, I always keep the timers for 50 minutes instead of 25 minutes. Because 25 minutes is not enough to get your focus in. And especially if it's a tough task, then 25 minutes, by the time you get your focus in, the timer is up and you are forced to take a break. So what I use are 50 minutes time slots. So I work for 50 minutes and then I take a break of 10 minutes, and then I work for 50 minutes and then I take a break of 10 minutes. If you follow Andrew Huberman, then you would know that he suggests to go for a 90-minute timer slot. So you work for 90 minutes and then you take a 15 minutes break. So it's basically 30, 30, 30, so 5, 5, 5 from each of your 30 minutes breaks. Break after 30 minutes time slots, and that becomes 15 minutes of break. So you can either do a 25 minutes interval work, or 50 minutes interval work, or 90 minutes interval work. Find out which slot suits you the most. If you are finding it very hard to focus right now, maybe 25 minutes is the way to go. That will not put too much pressure on your brain and you can acclimatize quicker. Once you're used to 25 minutes, then you can slowly build up on time and take it all the way up to 90 minutes if you want. Point number 3, prioritization. Now, point number 3, point number 1, and point number 2 can all be, you can start using all of these 3 together. But if you're finding it hard to even tackle 1, then I'd suggest to stick to 1 right now. So point number 3 is prioritization. When you write down, before I start with point number 3, always make your to-do list the night before. This way, the next day morning when you're starting work, you know exactly what work you have to tackle on that day. Like today, my primary work is to finish recording these videos. I actually have 4 videos to record, 2 for Guilt Free Mind and 2 for the Happy Peppers. And then my plan is to start making the B-rolls of these videos and get into the editing process and finish editing as much as I can today itself. So that is my priority, but all 4 tasks are equally important, so I cannot decide which is more important and which is less important. However, if I had to write a blog post, write a web story, and shoot a video, then I would say that shooting a video is my first priority because I need silence, peace, quiet, and, my kids not disturbing me while I'm recording. So shooting the video would be priority 1. Writing a blog post would be priority 2 because I can do that in a minor noisy environment, but video shooting I can't, and this one requires much more focus. I cannot just say anything on camera, right? And then third one would be designing my web story. That I can do even while I'm cooking. So this is how you decide your priorities. In one day, try not to have more than 3 high priority tasks. So when you divide your tasks as per priority, one would be high priority, then the others would be medium priority, and the third category would be low priority. Low priority are the ones that can get shifted to other day. You don't necessarily have to do them today itself. High priority ones are the ones that you have to complete first, followed by your medium priority tasks. So always allocate your task, and this action should also be done on the night before, so that next day when you sit and you open your notebook or you open your planner and you look at your tasks, you know exactly which 3 tasks you have to encounter first. This encountering, the tasks that are difficult right at the start is called eat the frog. As in, you get the most difficult tasks done and out of the way for the day, so that the rest of the day is comparatively easy and you feel motivated that you got the difficult tasks done first. Point number 4, mindful breathing. Productivity can not be without focus. If you're not focused, your productivity will suffer. To be focused, you have to be in the moment, in the present moment. You cannot be reading a book and thinking about something else in your past or something else that you plan to do in your future. That will not work out. So you have to be mindful, you have to be present, and you have to engage with the task at hand instead of thinking of the multitude of tasks that you may be having in your future or maybe have done in your past. So focus on mindful breathing. Now, how to instill mindful breathing in your technique? Remember we talked about Pomodoro, where you work for 25 minutes and you take a 5 minutes break? Why not use 1 minute of that 5 minutes break to just breathe? Breathe in through your nose and exhale through your mouth. And your focus during that 1 minute, I'm not asking you to do 10 minutes of mindful breathing, because those who are new to productivity and want to start on being more productive, for them it might be a difficult task. So start with 1 minute. Try 1 minute of mindful breathing. Just focus on your breath as it goes in and comes out, and feel it filling up your lungs and expanding your diaphragm, or if you're doing abdominal breathing, then expanding your abdomen muscles, and feel that release as it comes out, how your muscles relax, how your body responds to it. You can either do it this way, which would be focusing on yourself as an intrinsic, or you can do it extrinsically. Find a point where you're focused, looking at that point and just regulating your breathing. Like if I decide to look at the camera's pinhole and decide to breathe, that would be extrinsic. So you can do it either ways, as long as your focus stays on your breath. If your mind starts to divert to other actions or other thoughts, just bring it back to your breathing. Over time, this is bound to increase your focus and concentration and make you more productive. Point number 5, goal setting. Now, if you don't really know what to do, how are you going to get it done? But goal setting is a bit different. We are not talking about long-term goals here. We're talking about the very, very short, manageable goals. So if you have a project coming up, I love using this example of projects. So if you have a project coming up in 20 days, suppose you have that project has 4 different sections you have to tackle. Why not give yourself like 5 days for the first section, then 5 days for the other section, and so on and so forth. 20 days covered. If you've got time remaining at the end, you can go through your project again. But point is, turn your huge task into small manageable pieces so you can get something a little bit, even if it's a very small chunk, done on a daily basis, and you finish your task before its deadline. Point number 6, batch processing. Now, what is batch processing? Like manufacturing something? No. Batch processing means that you club in tasks that are similar to one another together, and then you finish them all in one go. Now, let's take an example that I'm writing a blog post. So suppose I have plans to write a blog post, but I also have to add images for another blog post. But both of them belong to the same blog. So instead of writing the blog post now and adding the images to the other blog post, but it's also a blog post of Guilt-Free Mind, later in the evening, why not do them together? Like, I'm already in that mind frame, right? I'm already thinking about mental health. I'm already focused on productivity. If that is a productivity article that I'm writing, so why not add in the image for that other article as well simultaneously? Point is, when your brain is focused on one thing, Don't distract it and take it somewhere else. Finish up all of the tasks that are, similar to one another in that same time limit. Or you can extend your time limit, but plan your tasks so that they all fall together and you can get them done as soon as possible. Point number 7, engage in digital detox. Oh, this might be the hardest one of all. But if you want to be really productive, this is my best tip. This is not my tip. This is the best tip available. I am actually engaging in digital detox right now. So even though I do go on social media to post promotion, to promote my videos and articles as they come out, beyond that, I do not engage in social media right now. If I need something, if I'm looking for an information, I'll use Google instead of using Facebook for that. So what is digital detox? As the name suggests, it is staying away from all your digital devices unless absolutely necessary. So in that 5 minutes break that you take when your one Pomodoro session gets over, instead of running to your phone and checking what's latest on social media, which celebrity posted pics, what's going on in the Kardashian life and stuff like that, why not take those 5 minutes to go out for a walk or just around the house? You don't even have to go on a walk along the block or something, and especially if it's warm. Right now it's cold, so it might be a feasible idea, but when the summer months come, it will not be a feasible idea. So why not take those 5 minutes to just unplug from everything and not go on social media? When you wake up, keep 3 hours, have a slot of 3 hours when you will not engage in social media. If you have to send a text to someone or let them know you're all right, or you're just starting your day and you want to let your girlfriend know or boyfriend know that, okay, you are going to engage in your morning routine now and you won't be available for 3 hours. So just send them a text. 3 hours starts now, and they will know. And they will contact you and put your phone in do not disturb mode and get to work. If you're studying, put your phone on do not disturb mode and put it out of sight. This is for those who are starting with productivity. Those who are already well versed with it, maybe they can keep their phones around, but I'll still suggest to put it on focus mode so that you do not get disturbed by calls and notifications every now and then. Point number 8, regular breaks. Every productivity video talks about this one point. Breaks are important. Now, whether you're a student, whether you're a working professional, or whether you just want to be more productive around your home, breaks are crucial. You're not a machine. Please, please, please remember this fact. You're not a machine. We are not built to work continuously. And if you do that, you will burn out before you know it. And then that motivation, that feeling of productivity, that, oh my God, I will crack all of these questions today and I will get all of this work done, will fly right out of the window. So control yourself, pace yourself, take regular breaks, take short breaks while you work so that you do not get burnt out. And burnout does not come knocking on the door. It just comes with a battering ram. So yeah, it breaks your productivity door down, it gets in, and then you are sitting in your slump and wondering, when did this strike me? So, breaks, crucial. Even if you are completely focused and you don't want to stop that task, this is one query I've received a lot. That, okay, I'm completely focused and I don't want to break my focus, so what should I do? It's okay. You're tracking your time, right? So suppose you've been completely focused for 4 hours. Oof, man, that's tough. But you were in the zone, you stayed focused, you got that chapter done, or you finished that part of the project that you were planning to finish today. Now 4 hours have gone. Take a bit longer break. Take a half an hour break. Sleep if you've been lacking on your sleep, if you've been slacking and wasting your nights on social media, or even working at nights and there were unavoidable circumstances and stuff, catch up on that sleep. Sleep is when your brain encodes the information and puts it into different categories. So sleep is much more important than we give it credit for. So go ahead, take a nap, come back with a fresh mind, and then do an active recall of what you studied before you went to sleep. This is for students. If you're working, you will feel fresh and motivated to keep working because you got that nap and now your brain is fresh and ready to tackle more work. Point number 9. workplace optimization. Now, if you've got food on your workspace, you've got Netflix playing on one of your devices on your workplace, you obviously will not be that productive. Make sure your workplace does not have any food. Water bottles, yes, it must have water because you have to keep yourself hydrated. But beyond water, you do not really need food. You do not need concert tickets. You do not need CDs that are unwanted of your favorite band or whatever. You do not need all of those things at your workplace. What you need at max is a beverage that you're maybe drinking. If you're having breakfast while you're working, then food is okay. Point is, keep your desk clutter free. Keep only those items that are absolutely essential to maximize your productivity. If they are not making you productive, they do not belong on your desk. Remove them. Point number 10. Reflective practice. Now, how do you know if what you are doing and how you're working is even working for you? I would suggest doing a weekly review and a monthly review. When your week ends, go back to your planner, see if you were able to, adhere to your time limits, or is there one task that seemed like it would take half an hour but it's taking longer, so maybe you should schedule longer time for that particular task. How was your week overall? Did you get everything done? If you weren't able to get everything done, then where was the slump? What went wrong? Where and how can you improve on it? Now, maybe in the first week you will have lots of insights because you are not so sure about things and you were haphazard in scheduling your tasks. And over time, point is that when you do weekly reviews every week, over time this starts to show a major difference. Now, do not give up on these weekly reviews. Do not give up on the monthly reviews. Even if you're busy, just take out 10 minutes and go through them. Figure out where you're going wrong and what needs to change. Trust me, this will go a long way in boosting your productivity and time management skills. So, well, this is all for this video. If you found these points insightful, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, set it to all. Share this video with your friends who want to be productive and help me out with the algorithm as well. These videos take a lot of research and time to make, so I would really appreciate it if you could just help me out by boosting the video on the YouTube algorithm so that it becomes viewable to more and more people. With that, I would leave you to it. I will see you in my next video next week. Till then, bye. Take care.